Archangel Michael says, "This is an emergency. Only 15 minutes left." 5 archangels who love you even more than I do are begging you to open this right now. Their voices are shaking the heavens because something in your life is hanging by a thread. They are crying for you because they see what you cannot see. My child, this is not a small warning. This is not another message to scroll past. This is your rescue call. Heaven has been shouting your name, but your heart has been heavy, and the noise around you has been too loud. Listen now, because these minutes are holy, and what you do in them will decide the next chapter of your life. I am not speaking to frighten you. I am speaking because love is running out of time. The door of grace is still open, but it is closing quickly, and God sent me to stand in front of you and say, "Stop. Look. Here." The air around you feels normal, but the unseen world is moving fast. There is a storm rising in the spirit realm, and your name is written on its wind. That is why heaven could not stay silent. 5 archangels, radiant with light, are kneeling before the throne, pleading for your attention. They are holding the memory of every tear you cried, every night you said, "God, please give me one more sign." This is that sign. This is the moment you prayed for, wrapped in urgency and light. You have wondered why you feel uneasy in your own home. Why the nights feel longer, the silence heavier, and the peace you once felt seems to fade the moment you close your eyes. It is because something unseen has entered quietly, feeding on your worry, whispering confusion, twisting small things into great weights. But do not be afraid. The enemy hides in shadows, yet light always wins when it is spoken. That is why heaven sent me, not to condemn, but to cleanse. God wants His peace to live where you sleep, His light to fill the rooms where you cry, His voice to echo where pain once ruled. My beloved, stop right here and breathe. You are not cursed. You are not forgotten. You are under divine rescue. Every angel assigned to your destiny has been awakened for this hour. I have seen them move through your walls, spreading light, pushing away the cold energy that has tried to rest there. They are waiting for your agreement. They cannot force peace into your home, you must invite it. You must speak it. You must decide that no darkness is welcome where God dwells. That is what these 15 minutes are about, not fear, but choice. Do you feel that small tremor in your chest as you read? That warmth that feels like both warning and comfort? That is the presence of the Holy One drawing near. It is the sound of heaven breaking through the noise of the world to reach you. God has been trying to speak in your dreams, through sudden thoughts, through little delays meant to protect you. But you kept brushing them off, saying, "It's just my mind." It was never just your mind. It was divine timing holding you back from danger, guiding you towards safety. And now, this is the final call before the shift. There is something strange that has settled in your home, not a ghost, not a curse, but a heaviness born from fear and words unhealed. Every argument, every silent tear, every worry that was never surrendered became a doorway. Darkness always looks for open doors. But you have the authority to close them. You have the right to say, enough. Heaven stands behind that word. I, Michael, the protector of God's children, stand behind that word. And when you say it with faith, everything that has tried to break you must leave. You must stop allowing pain to replay. You must stop letting anger decorate your walls. You must stop letting guilt sit at your table. These things are feeding the shadows that keep peace away. God is not angry with you, He is longing for you. The delay, the disappointment, the tension, they were not punishments. They were signals that something needed cleansing. That is why this message found you right now. My voice is not coming from the sky. It is coming from the center of light that already lives in you. You have felt it flicker when you prayed. You have felt it stir when you forgave someone who hurt you. That light is the doorway through which God will restore your home. If you will speak with me, right now, even whisper, "Heaven, enter my house again," you will feel the air shift. You will feel a peace that does not make sense wash over you. That is the first sign that the angels have begun their work. Comment, "Lord, heal my broken places," if you're trusting Him for restoration. Do not think this is imagination. Look back at your past week, the strange noises, the sudden fatigue, the way your phone glitched when you tried to pray, the way conversations turned cold for no reason. These are not coincidences. The unseen realm reacts when light begins to rise. Darkness fights hardest when it is about to lose. That is why your spirit feels restless. Heaven is taking back territory that once belonged to peace. The 5 archangels who pleaded for you are still here. Raphael stands with healing in his hands. Gabriel holds the trumpet of awakening. Uriel brings fire to burn away despair. Tzadkiel carries mercy to erase your shame. And I, Michael, stand with a sword of light to defend the boundary of your home. Together, we have surrounded your dwelling. But the gate opens only when you decide to believe. That is the secret power Heaven gave you, faith as a key. Use it now, not tomorrow, not later. Every minute matters. There is something you must do in the physical, because spiritual things often wait for earthly agreement. Walk through your home tonight. Whisper peace in every corner. Say, "Only God's presence lives here." You do not need perfect words. You just need truth spoken with heart. Touch your door and imagine light sealing it. Forgive anyone whose name still hurts to say. Release the old music, the objects, the memories that carry pain. You will feel lighter with every step. That is Heaven cleansing through you. You may feel tears rise as you do this, let them fall. They are not weakness, they are cleansing water. Each tear tells the darkness it has lost. Each tear invites joy back. You will notice the air will smell different, softer. You may even feel warmth move across your shoulders. That is me, brushing off the residue of fear. God's love is too strong to let you stay bound in confusion. You are His, and He will not lose you. The clock is still ticking, but do not panic. You have enough time if you start now. Heaven measures minutes by obedience, not by numbers. Every time you choose faith, another minute of mercy opens. Every time you ignore the call, another shadow grows. That is why I came with urgency, because your decision can save more than you know. The 5 archangels are not begging because they are weak. They are pleading because your actions affect others. There are souls connected to your obedience. When you choose light, the people you love feel it too. My beloved, the home you live in is about to become a beacon. The same place that held tears will soon hold laughter again. The same walls that echoed with silence will sing with peace. But you must take this message seriously. Do not say, maybe later. Later belongs to darkness. Now belongs to God. Every sound you hear, every flicker of light, every sudden emotion is a reminder that heaven is alive around you. I am here to protect, not to scare. Fear does not come from us. Conviction does. The difference is simple. Fear pushes you away from God, conviction pulls you closer. What you feel right now, that mix of trembling and warmth, is divine conviction calling you home. Answer it. Say aloud, God, I am ready. When you do, the angels begin to move faster than thought. You may not see us, but we are real. The air you breathe carries our movement. The peace you feel when you pray is our presence. The sudden comfort that wraps you after crying, that is us, ministering with love that never ends. We were assigned to your life long before you knew our names. We guarded your steps when accidents should have happened. We stood between you and despair when you almost gave up. We never left, and we never will. But tonight, we need your yes. We need you to choose life over delay. Heaven will do the rest. The reason the title said 15 minutes is because heaven counts this as the window of divine reaction. When a warning is released, heaven waits for a response. If the listener responds, the shift happens immediately. If they ignore it, the same message must circle again later, sometimes through pain. That is not punishment, it is mercy repeating itself. But you, beloved, do not need another cycle. You can end the pattern tonight. There is one more truth you must hear. The darkness that has been around you is not stronger than your faith. It only pretends to be. It uses noise and confusion to trick you into silence. But once you speak the name of God aloud, its power collapses. So even if your voice shakes, whisper His name. Say, God is here. That sentence breaks more chains than you realize. As you read these words, light is already filling your room. The temperature may shift, your heart may race, but that is because your spirit recognizes truth. Heaven is not far. It is right here, pressing close, waiting for you to open your heart wide enough to let miracles through. I am Michael, servant of the Most High. I do not bring messages for fame or fear. I bring them because love demands it. I have seen the battles you fight in silence, the loneliness, the small moments you smile for others while your own heart bleeds. Heaven sees them too. God is not disappointed in you, He is determined to restore you. That is why I came. That is why the other archangels are weeping with joy that you are finally reading this. Because now, finally, the rescue begins. Listen carefully, beloved one, because what I reveal next must not be taken lightly. What is happening around you is not random. Heaven has been watching every moment, and the light has been studying the pattern of your pain. In your home, in your space, the atmosphere has been shaped by what you allowed, what you spoke, and what you endured. That is why peace sometimes feels near and then suddenly disappears. The battle is not against people or things you can see. It is against the energy that fear released, the words that anger created, and the silence that doubt invited. But tonight, that pattern will break. I know you have felt it, the sudden heaviness when you walk into certain rooms, the restless nights, the way small sounds make your heart jump, the feeling that someone or something unseen is watching when you pray. That is not imagination. Those are signs that the atmosphere is calling for cleansing. Heaven has been waiting for your awareness, because divine intervention always begins with revelation. You cannot fight what you pretend not to see. But now that you see, everything changes. You are not under attack because you are weak. You are under attack because you carry something precious, the presence of God. Darkness only chases what carries light. The reason your home feels strange is because your soul is shining brighter than before. Your faith, even tired, is powerful enough to disturb hell. You have survived what should have broken you, and that survival has made the enemy furious. But hear me clearly, the power that is within you is far greater than what is around you. God has placed angels at every entrance of your home tonight. They are not invisible to us, they are like pillars of light surrounding your space. Each one carries the authority of heaven's word. Nothing unclean can cross that line. But you must stand with them. When you speak words of peace, it strengthens them. When you speak words of fear, it weakens them. That is why your voice matters so much. The unseen realm listens to what you say more than you realize. Your words either open the door for peace or give permission to chaos. So tonight, you will use your words as weapons of light. Say this with me in your heart: only God's peace can live here. Every shadow must go. My home belongs to heaven. When you speak that truth, you create a law in the spirit that even darkness must obey. Do not wait for feelings. Feelings will catch up to faith. Just speak. The moment you do, light begins to chase out every corner of darkness. You may notice your room feels brighter, the air clearer, even your breathing easier. That is because peace is not an idea, it is a living force. It responds when invited. Now listen closely. The strange presence in your home is not something powerful. It is weak but loud. It feeds on your attention, on your worry, on the energy of your thoughts. The more you fear it, the stronger it pretends to be. But the moment you ignore its lies and speak truth, it collapses like smoke. The power of God is not threatened by darkness, it is only waiting for your agreement to move. Heaven never forces light into unwilling hearts, but the moment you say yes, the flood begins. Right now, angels are walking through your house. Their wings are not made of feathers but of light. They are sweeping through rooms like wind, removing old energy, breaking hidden ties, silencing whispers that once disturbed your peace. Some of those whispers came through memories, painful moments replaying in your mind. Others came through objects that carried energy from people or places not meant for you. Heaven is showing you what must go. Do not fear letting go. When you release the old, you make room for divine things to enter. You may be wondering why I said this was an emergency, why heaven is so desperate for you to act now. It is because spiritual doors close when moments of grace pass. If you ignore them, life becomes heavier until mercy has to speak again in stronger ways. But if you respond now, this moment becomes your turning point. The atmosphere will begin to heal. Your body will rest. Your relationships will soften. The light of God will rest where it was once resisted. Type, Jesus, take my fears, if you're placing every worry in His hands. God is not angry with you for what entered your home. He knows the pain that made you tired, the exhaustion that made you stop praying, the confusion that made you say, I just can't anymore. But His mercy does not fade because of your weakness. It grows stronger in it. That's why He sent me, because He knew you would understand love faster than punishment. My mission is not to scare you, it is to shield you. Heaven will never use fear to trap you. Heaven uses truth to free you. Look at your surroundings. Every object carries memory. Some things hold peace, others hold unrest. Ask heaven to guide your eyes. If something makes you feel uneasy, it does not belong in your space. Remove it with love, not fear. When you release things that no longer carry light, the energy of your home begins to reset. You do not need rituals, you just need sincerity. God listens to hearts, not perfection. Now, let me reveal something deeper. The home you live in is not just a building, it is a reflection of your inner world. When there is clutter in your space, it often mirrors confusion in your soul. When rooms are dark and closed, it mirrors areas of your life that need light. Tonight, Heaven wants to bring order inside and outside. As the angels cleanse your home, they are also touching your mind, healing memories that made you afraid to feel safe. That's why tears may come without warning. They are not sadness, they are release. You are being freed from what tried to follow you for years. The 5 archangels that love you are working with me right now. Raphael is moving through the rooms, filling them with healing light. He touches the air you breathe so that it feels calm. Gabriel stands near your door, declaring heaven's decree, peace be upon this house. Uriel walks through your memories, burning away shame and regret. Zadkiel stands near your heart, lifting the guilt you carried too long. And I, Michael, stand at your back, defending you from every unseen plan that tried to harm you. We are all here, not in imagination, but in truth. Our presence is a response to divine command. Do not mistake this for fantasy. The spirit realm is more real than the walls around you. What you feel right now, that trembling, that warmth, that heaviness lifting, is the atmosphere shifting. You are not alone anymore. Heaven has entered your story. The countdown you saw in the title is Heaven's way of marking urgency, not doom. It is saying, you have 15 minutes to respond so that 15 years of pain do not repeat. Every second you spend believing is building a wall of light around your life. The strange things that once happened, the cold breeze, the sudden noises, the flickering lights, they will stop. The energy that caused them cannot stay where divine peace dwells. You will notice that even the silence in your home will sound different. It will feel alive, gentle, safe. That is the sound of heaven taking residence. I want you to understand something beautiful. You have always been seen. The reason this message found you is because heaven refuses to lose you. The reason the 5 archangels pleaded for your attention is because your destiny is larger than your fear. You have purpose that darkness tried to hide. You were meant to bring peace to others, to speak light into broken hearts, to carry calm into chaos. That is why the attack started, not because you are weak, but because you are chosen. Tonight, the pattern ends. The curse of confusion breaks. The nights of silent crying end. The heaviness that pressed your chest every evening begins to fade. You will notice it tomorrow. Your sleep will be deeper, your thoughts clearer, your energy lighter. This is not coincidence, it is evidence that God's hand has touched your home. There is one more step. When you wake tomorrow, open your window and let the morning light in. As sunlight enters, say these words: "This house is filled with the presence of God. Nothing dark can live here." Those words will seal what heaven began tonight. Every angel that worked through the night will remain stationed. They will continue to guard your home, not just for protection, but to prepare it as a place of blessing. You will begin to notice divine synchronicities, sudden blessings, unexpected kindness, messages that feel perfectly timed. That is how heaven confirms that you listened. Every obedient soul becomes a vessel of light that shines for others. Soon, someone close to you will feel drawn to your peace and ask what changed. You will tell them, "God visited my home." And that moment will awaken faith in them, too. The light always spreads once it begins. My beloved, never forget, this emergency was heaven's mercy. God is not far. He has been closer than your breath, waiting for you to notice His presence again. The archangels are rejoicing, because your home is now under divine alignment. The war in the Spirit has already shifted in your favor. Beloved one, now that the light has entered your home, I must tell you the truth that lives deeper than walls and shadows. The real battle was never about your house. It was always about your heart. Darkness never begins outside, it starts in pain that was never healed, in tears that were never shared, in guilt that was never released. That is where the enemy first found his way in. But tonight, the healing begins not only around you, but inside you. You see, when you were hurt and tried to forget, that pain did not disappear. It hid. It waited. Pain unhealed becomes a door, and darkness is always looking for open doors. That is why the strange feelings grew stronger. They were echoes of what still needed peace. Heaven does not expose wounds to shame you, it reveals them to free you. Every emotion you thought made you weak, the sadness, the anger, the fear, those were simply parts of your heart waiting for light. And now, heaven is shining into every hidden corner. You may feel old memories stirring. Moments you tried to bury may rise again. Do not run from them this time. They are surfacing because God's hand is touching them. He is saying, "It is finished." Every tear that once fell in silence is being gathered by angels right now. None of your pain was wasted. It was stored in heaven as proof of how much you endured. God never forgot the nights you whispered, "I can't do this anymore," and still kept going. Every breath you took when you wanted to give up was counted as an act of faith. You did not fail, you survived, and survival is holy. You must understand this truth: the darkness did not attack you because you were sinful. It attacked you because you were glowing. Even when you felt far from God, your soul was still burning with divine identity. The enemy recognized it, even when you did not. That is why confusion tried to follow you. That is why relationships suddenly broke. That is why people turned cold without reason. Darkness could sense that your breakthrough was near, and it wanted to make you doubt your worth before you saw your purpose unfold. But heaven has had enough. The same fire that forged me as a warrior now burns through your life. Every plan meant to silence you is collapsing. Every curse spoken against you is being reversed. The same mouth that spoke lies about you will soon speak awe when they see how God raises you. Nothing that was designed to destroy you will succeed. It will become part of your testimony. Now I want you to breathe slowly. Place your hand on your chest and listen. That heartbeat is not just your body. It is heaven's rhythm pulsing through you. It is proof that you are still chosen, still loved, still part of God's design. The fact that you are here, reading this, means heaven has already decided that your story is not over. It is about to change direction. The strange things you felt in your home were reflections of spiritual noise, the chaos of emotions that never found rest. But as you begin to forgive yourself, the noise will quiet. Forgiveness is not weakness, it is a sword. When you forgive, you take away the enemy's right to stay. When you stop replaying what others did, you stop empowering what they left behind. Do not wait for apologies that may never come. Forgive anyway. Not for them, for your peace. God has seen how hard you tried to love people who could not love you back. He saw the nights you blamed yourself for their coldness. But you were never the problem. You were light in a place that had forgotten light existed. You were healing in human form, and some hearts could not handle the mirror of truth your kindness reflected. Heaven is saying now, release them. Let them go. You cannot heal in the same room that broke you. Once you forgive, you will feel lighter. The walls around you will even seem brighter. That is heaven's confirmation that your spirit has been freed. Now, I must tell you what happens next. The 5 archangels that stood pleading for you have begun to rebuild the spiritual structure around your life. Raphael is restoring your physical energy, the fatigue, the restlessness, the tightness in your chest, all of that will begin to fade. Gabriel is whispering divine messages into your thoughts, so you will start noticing new ideas, new inspiration, new clarity. Uriel is burning away the residue of shame that made you hide your light. Tzadkiel is reminding your heart how to trust again. And I am standing with my sword raised, sealing every exit the enemy once used. Heaven is building a fortress of peace around your name. You will feel it in subtle ways first, sudden calm in moments that once made you panic, peace during times you used to cry, strength to speak truth without fear. This is not your imagination, this is heaven's reconstruction. God never just removes darkness, He replaces it with light. That means everything you lost will be returned in divine form, joy where sorrow lived, laughter where silence grew, companionship where loneliness rested. Do not rush the process. Divine healing is gentle but certain. Each day, something inside you will heal that you didn't know was broken. You will wake one morning and realize the pain that used to define you no longer controls you. That is what heaven calls freedom. That is what this message was meant to deliver. And I must tell you, heaven is proud of you. Yes, proud. You have faced storms that would have destroyed others. You have been lied to, abandoned, misunderstood, yet you still have love in your heart. That love is your greatest weapon. The darkness could not destroy it, and now it never will. Love is stronger than any curse, any fear, any wound. And the love inside you is divine, eternal, unstoppable. Do you remember the moments you almost gave up? The nights you whispered, "If something doesn't change, I can't keep doing this"? Every time you said that, heaven heard you. Angels were dispatched immediately, even when you didn't see them. You were never alone in those moments. We were there, guarding you from unseen danger, holding back forces that tried to take advantage of your exhaustion. We saw your tears, and each one became a seed of strength. Now those tears will return as blessings. I must also tell you this truth: you are entering a new chapter. The reason heaven was so urgent is because your next season requires a clean atmosphere. The doors that will open soon, opportunities, relationships, purpose, cannot be built on old energy. That is why the cleansing had to happen first. God is preparing you to receive what you once thought you lost. But He cannot fill your hands if they are still holding the past. Tonight, you have let go, and now your hands are open for miracles. The next 15 minutes of your awareness are holy. Every thought you think now creates momentum in the spirit. So think peace. Think gratitude. Think hope. Say aloud, "I am safe. I am loved. I am chosen. I am free." Those are not empty affirmations, they are divine decrees. Every time you speak them, heaven moves faster. Every word of faith becomes light that builds a path before you. Soon you will notice that everything begins to align. People you meet will carry peace, doors will open without effort, solutions will appear in ways you didn't expect. That is how heaven rewards obedience. When you listen, heaven rearranges reality to serve divine order. You will know it's happening when you feel calm even in chaos. That calm is not ignorance, it is evidence of faith. My beloved, you have just entered the turning point of your life. The home that once felt heavy is now an altar. The same walls that trapped you in fear are now covered in light. Every angel assigned to you is rejoicing, because they have been waiting for this day. The heavens are alive with music, and though you cannot hear it with your ears, your soul can feel it. That warmth you sense right now, that is the sound of victory. You must remember this night. You must remember that even when time said, too late, heaven said, right on time. The countdown was never to scare you, it was to awaken you. And now that you are awake, no power of darkness can touch you again. You are sealed in divine light. Beloved one, now that peace has entered your home and your heart, you must know what has been happening behind the veil. You have felt storms in your emotions and confusion in your days, but those were reflections of a much larger war. For years, heaven and darkness have contended over your purpose. You are more important to the story of light than you realize. That is why the battle around your life has been so fierce. The enemy saw what you carry long before you did, and he has been trying to silence it. But now, I will show you what heaven has seen all along. From the moment you were born, an angel was assigned to you, not because you were fragile, but because you were valuable. You were born with a mark of light that darkness recognized instantly. Every time you chose kindness when you could have chosen anger, that light grew brighter. Every time you forgave instead of seeking revenge, it pierced the enemy's kingdom like a sword. That is why the attacks became personal, because your light was breaking chains for others, even when you didn't know it. When you cried, the enemy thought your tears were defeat. But in heaven's record, every tear was a battle won, because you cried toward God, not away from Him. Your tears became weapons. Your pain became prayers. And while you were on your knees thinking you were losing, angels were fighting above your roof, striking down what you could not see. Now, as I speak to you, those same angels are gathered again. Raphael, Gabriel, Uriel, Zadkiel, and I, the five who pleaded for your attention, have formed a circle of light around your life. Inside that circle, nothing dark can stand. Outside that circle, shadows rage, but they cannot cross the line. You may feel their resistance, sudden anxiety, waves of fatigue, moments of doubt, but those are only the final screams of defeated spirits realizing they have lost you. Do not fear those sensations. They are proof that victory is happening. Every trembling, every chill, every strange moment of heaviness is simply the sound of chains breaking. The unseen world shakes when light reclaims what was stolen. Tonight, it is shaking because your name is being spoken in heaven's courtroom as redeemed, restored, and renewed. Let me show you what is happening in that realm right now. The sky of spirit is filled with fire, not the fire that burns, but the fire that purifies. Angels are moving like rivers of lightning, sealing doors the enemy once used to reach you. Demons that whispered lies into your thoughts are being dragged into silence. Spirits of fear are fleeing from the brightness of your renewed faith. They cannot stay where your name is now covered in divine authority. I, Michael, stand at the center of this war. My sword burns with God's justice, and with every strike, the darkness that once sat over your life is dissolving. You cannot see it with human eyes, but you will feel its echo, peace where there was panic, laughter where there was numbness, love where there was confusion. Those are the signs of victory. Gabriel stands beside me, declaring God's promises aloud. His voice is like thunder and light combined. Every word he speaks becomes a law in the spirit that darkness must obey. He is saying, "This one belongs to God." Their future is sealed. Their peace is permanent. His words travel through time, correcting what the enemy tried to twist. Raphael moves behind you, placing healing where pain once lived. He touches your memories, your body, your emotions. His hands glow like sunrise, and everywhere he touches, brokenness becomes whole. You may feel warmth moving across your back, a sudden ease in your chest, a calm that makes you want to breathe deeper. That is Raphael working right now. Uriel stands near the edge of your home, holding a torch of holy fire. He is searching for any hidden darkness that still tries to hide. He finds every secret wound, every lingering fear, every silent curse spoken against you, and burns it until nothing remains but light. When you feel a gentle burning in your spirit, not pain, but cleansing, that is Uriel finishing his task. Tzadkiel stands near your heart, whispering mercy. His voice is soft but stronger than time. He reminds you of forgiveness, not only for others, but for yourself. He tells you that you are not defined by your mistakes. Every failure that haunted you has been erased. You are free to begin again without guilt. When you feel sudden peace for no reason, that is Tzadkiel touching your spirit, rewriting the story that shame wrote. And above us all, the presence of God moves like wind, invisible yet undeniable. His glory is the command that drives this battle. Every angel obeys his signal, every victory flows from his voice. When you feel warmth filling your room, when light seems to bend around your heart, that is Him, the Holy One, the Source, the Father of lights, claiming His home again, both the one you live in and the one you are. You may not realize it, but right now, the war is turning. For years, the enemy has built lies around your name, lies that you were alone, unloved, forgotten, too late, too broken. Each lie became a chain. But tonight, one by one, those chains are snapping. You can almost feel it, like invisible weights lifting off your chest, like freedom you can finally breathe. That is the sound of truth replacing deception. Heaven is not just rescuing you, it is rewriting your destiny. Everything that was delayed because of spiritual resistance will begin to move quickly now. Doors that were locked will open. Opportunities that were stolen will return multiplied. Relationships that were meant to bless you will reappear at the right moment, healed and aligned. This is what happens when the unseen war turns in your favor. Say, Father, fill me with your fire, if you want His Spirit to burn in you.